Hello everybody, it's Angela again. If you're new to my channel, welcome, thank you for joining me. And if you're one of my current subscribers, welcome back. Today I want to talk about, take you through a flip through of my latest journal, which is a spring journal. I've used the Artymaze Touch of Spring kit for this predominantly, along with some other kits which I'll allude to as we go through. So let me take you through the details. Right, so first of all, this is quite a thick kit again. You can see over here I've got 4 signatures. We have the width, which is 6 1/8 inches across, or 15.5 centimeters, and the length, which is 8 3/4 down, or 22 centimeters. The spine is 2.5 inches across, or 6 centimeters. There are 148 pages front and back in this journal. It's tied with this lovely two-toned, or couple of tones really, sort of seawater aquamarine. Look at that, with the creams and beautiful gold tones, and that's the tie that ties it all together. So just to discuss a few details about the cover of the journal, it is a fabric journal. It's an upholstery type fabric, a really thick. It's like a goldy tone, with some lovely green leaves and yellows and a touch of pink there. I've layered up using some fabrics at the back there, and some other pieces and sheets from the kit, with this image that does come from the kit as well. A lovely crocheted flower on the front with some lace bits, butterflies, some leaf beading, and a pearl brad on the top. So that's the front of the journal. Piece of fluff. Right, so let's take you through the rest of it. Hopefully that's in frame. Right, so here we have the inside of the journal. This journal is so fat, I can't get it to go flat. So here we have the inside pocket for the journal. This is some Edwardian lace actually. This came from the sleeves, the Edwardian sleeves that were, this was hanging off the front of the sleeve. So that's what that's made of, beautiful crocheted aged lace there. I didn't have to age it, it was really aged itself. So I've sewn that onto some fabric, layered up some fabric there with a button, and of course I've made this, which backs onto that there. So this is part of my tutorial that I did. This is the tutorial that I did previously, and you can see this is an altered envelope that I've made. So we've got the Tim Holtz Sizzix die on the front with bits and pieces I've put in there. We've got a butterfly with some pearl decoration being laid up. Inside has 2 Rolodex cards, which I've decorated. They go into the other side of the envelope. Tea-dyed note paper there, and just another 2 cards which I've tucked into that tuck spot there. And the back has the CD cover which I've made, and then a card that you slide in over there, and a little tuck spot where we're hiding another little card over there. So that's what I did on my first tutorial, I think last weekend. So you can catch that if you wanted to see the detail of that. There's some layering there, and that's that. So that actually gets a tie, which I'll just quickly do, with seam binding, and I do talk about how to create your own crinkled seam binding on that same tutorial. So that just goes into that pocket there, and that's its home. Right, so we've got the 4 signatures. This is the first. This is a beautiful page from Artymaze's spring kit, and that's the front page there. Love the colours in this kit, and I've tried to stick to the green sort of aqua, blue, sage and yellow colors throughout wherever possible. So what I've done here is I've just made a pocket. It's got 3 sort of levels, and this is just paper that I found in my own stash. Here's a journal card from actually Iris's, I think. This is one of Andrea's Iris's kits, which I've backed on and stitched. There is a lot of stitching in this particular journal. I've just stenciled some bees over there. Here's one of the tags from Artymaze's spring kit. One of the cards from a Hackney & Co pad I'm using. Just another card from a stash, and a tiny little envelope that I have put together just for over here. So that's what that's about. If we turn the page, I've edged quite a few of the pages and stitched over that with some collaging. Tea-dyed paper wherever you see this discoloured paper. This is paper from a botanicals kit book that, sorry, a scrapbook kit that I've had. Love the colours and it worked really nicely. Here's another page from Andrea's kit. Here's one of the pockets. I'll just use some some PVA paint and layered up some butterflies, some stamping at the top. This is a tag I've made myself and one of the tags that come with the kit. Kit's really big, you get such a lot of stuff in there, which is awesome, so you can make your choices. These pages I've used quite a few of in the kit. These are also from Artymaze. This is her eco-dyed paper that she does. It is really lovely. It looks so realistic. I've put front and back. I put the various prints in there. I think you get 12 different options. It's really lovely. This page here, I've got 1 or 2 of these in this book, is a pre-Second World War book on British birds and their nests, and it's naturally coloured that way. Lovely, beautiful quality paper again. Another page from the kit. The side I've stitched with an actual die cut I did with one of the Tim Holtz die cuts. Here's one of her beautiful envelopes from the kit. I have just layered up and done a bit of collaging over there. Nothing in there because there's so much in this book that really it needs taking out, if anything. Here's some stenciling. I have used a lot of paper clips, so a lot of it is mobile. You can move things, take things out and do whatever you need. This is just a little oval image I've had in my own kit. What I've done in the center of each signature is used a beautiful Edith Holden spring image, which really just works so well with the spring theme. I just love that, and I haven't cut them down. I've folded them back like I have over here. Beautiful vintage bird journal card I've backed onto paper and stitched, and one of the cards again from that lovely spring kit from Artymaze. So another lovely image there. So I've just used that as a little tuck spot, and you can decide what you want to do with that. So there we go. This side of it again, I have just put some more ephemera. That comes from the calendar cards from Artymaze's pack. Beautiful, again stitched and backed. And this is actually from Amity Bloom, which she loves pastels too, so of course that works well for me. Right, moving on, we've got another pocket and tuck spot I've made here with paper from the collage kit, actually, Artymaze's collage kit. This is one of the tags from the kit which I've stitched onto botanical paper, and this is one of the calendar tags again which I've backed onto paper and other paper for you to write, with a lovely image on the back. So that goes in over there. Oh. Gently does it. Right, and then on this side over here you can see I've just put 3 bits of ephemera which go really nicely into that tuck spot over there. So that's what we have over there. Isn't that beautiful, those colours? Just love that. Here's another altered envelope I made. This one has got one of the calendar cards on it. It folds out. What I've done is I've slit the end of the envelope just to make that a place to put the card. This is an actual little page from the sunflower garden kit Artymaze has, and I've just stuck in a little card over there and stitched all around it. Back of the envelope has got a little place to journal. That fits snugly into there. Nothing works when you want to do it on camera, isn't it frustrating? And then of course you can write and put whatever you want over there. Here I've just again stitched one of the die cuts there. Love irises, really beautiful. And that's the back of the page from the Second World War bird book. Lovely eco dyed paper again. The other side of it. You get 12 prints, as I think I've mentioned. Sorry, this is the second time I'm doing this. Here's another one of my glassine bags. I got this idea from Gina at Firefly Studio. She gives me loads of inspiration and I love that idea. Here's just a bird picture from the kit that I've backed onto paper. So you have a tuck spot over there. We have got a tag from the spring kit, a tag I've made myself, and then just another bit of ephemera and a little image from the kit. So I've just tucked those all in there, and that's that. Beautiful. Love that print. I love that design. It's so lovely. Here I've made a little file folder from ivory paper, layered it up, put a little bit of collaging on there. You can put whatever you want in there. Folds really nicely over the scrapbooking paper, and on the back of that we have a little postcard from the kit, so that just goes over there with a paper clip to keep it all in place with a little bit of seam binding. This side again is another envelope I've made. This time we have an embossed envelope. I hope you can see that, with a floral embossing design there. I've layered up with, made some paper flowers, and that just goes onto that page over there. And I think I just had one of the tickets from the kit at the back, and that tucks over there with its little bow. There we go. Another page from the kit, and that's the end of the first signature. So on to the second one. Beautiful bunny image. Again, lovely postcard part of the kit, backed up onto botanical paper. Sunflower garden kit from Artymaze. I used the papers there. This is from Artymaze's spring kit. Here's one of the altered pages from I've made as a pocket. I've got 3 tags in here, again from the calendar kit, which I've just backed onto other paper, which goes in there. One of the tags I've made myself, and one of the tags from the kit, so that just tucks into there. Alright, so that's that. I don't know if you can see this, so I'll try my best, but if you have a look over here, you'll see that I've actually used some paste that I've used over a stencil, and it's layered it up and it's made it completely different texture. It's quite raised. I've dried that and inked it up and stamped a little bit with a bit of stenciling there, just to give some definition to the page. So hopefully that comes out on camera. This is just one of those little Collins vintage books page that I've put in there. Another one of those beautiful eco-dyed pages, and then an actual scrapbook page which has some watercolored botanical prints on there. So that just worked well. Here's one of the Edith Holden book pages that I have just collaged on to make an envelope. that just goes over the middle there. Let's just put that over there. Here's another pocket from the kit, and that's one of my tags that I made. That just goes in there. Again, some stamping and stitching. I like to collage the edge of pages just to give it something and not leave it plain. I like the stitching effect on there as well. Here's one of the tracing paper images I had that I've just printed onto that side there. And here again is the middle of the signature, so that of course means we have an Edith Holden image in the center. Isn't that pretty? So March being the start of spring here. And then just a beautiful scientific folder for the Lepidoptera phylum for butterflies, so I'll just put that in there. Right, I do love that, that's beautiful. And you can of course tuck whatever you want over there. Aren't those colours just lovely? Beautiful duck-egg blues, but it's not ducks, it's birds. Right, and that's just the other side of tracing paper with a lovely image of two little birds. Right, so we're back onto edge stitched page. That's tea-dyed, and some stenciling again and stitching. Another one of Artymaze's kits. Scrapbooking paper again, that's the other side of it, with one of the little envelopes that I've just collaged on at the back there. So that goes over there. It's got a lovely little bird there. And then I think this is antique papery. I've just stuck that on the back of this envelope, which is, well, let's just take that out. Again, one that I've embossed and collaged. So that just goes over there. Lost my spot for a moment. Right, and then that's just another one of those little book pages, vintage book page about butterflies. And again, I've got one of those layered up paste things that I've inked. Right, so moving on, we've got just this little note booky thing that I've made out of one of the sheets of paper and backed it up with another sheet. You've got some little tags that are over there, some tea-dyed paper over there, and you can make some little notes, and they all fit together very nicely over there. So that's that. Other side of the paper. Here we have a sunflower page again from Sunflower Garden. This is just a little adapted paper clip that fits over here. There we go. So that's just something like a little tuck spot that you can have over there. So that's the end of the second signature. So here we have the start of the third with these beautiful bunny pictures. We have this, which I made. This is from the kit. I've just laid up and put some extra bits on and some ribbon. Just slide it off. And I've made a paper clip to hold it together. And really this is just a sort of a folio thing where I've got a piece of old vintage ephemera in there, which just fits in there nicely. I'm not going to hassle with this now. Nothing works when you want to film. So that all goes in there. I've got this here. The stamp says, if nothing ever changed, there'd be no butterflies. How true is that? Here's another one of these glassine paper bags. Another one of my tags I've made. Two pieces of ephemera in there. That one comes from Amity Bloom, if my memory serves me right. And the back we just have some lovely mushroom journaling card which you can write on. So there we go. This is one of the collage pages from Collage 1 that Artymaze do. I love that kit as well. used it a lot for so many things. Another one of those little butterfly, well, this is an actual, not butterfly, this is wildflowers, vintage page. This is just a little fold out card that comes with the kit, and I put it onto another one of my scrapbook paper pads with the wildflowers in muted tones, which were really nice. And another little card from the kit. I will say, Andrea, that kit had loads in it, and I tried to use as much as possible. This is another one of Artymaze's kits. I'm not quite sure if this is a sunflower kit now, but I do have a lot of those kits, so this one's eluding me, but it is definitely from Artymaze. Here's another one of her envelopes that I've added. I've just collaged a little bit on the front there, as you can see. Love the bunnies. Such a cute bunny too. So that goes over there. Beautiful eco-dye paper again. So realistic looking. A bunny page with a little postcard again, just backed onto paper, and I've tucked it over there. This is one of the pages from that old pre-war book. This is a lovely picture, a very thin paper, but beautiful picture of a skylark with its nest, and then a raven on the back, which is not so glamorous, I suppose, but it was on the back. Here's a lovely Edith Holden centerfold of beautiful dog roses, I think those are. And then, of course, that does fold out, and I've just taken one of the journaling cards, and that goes over there. Here's the other side of it, and of course another journaling card which I've stitched and backed onto botanical paper. That goes over there. Here's another crow picture from the other side of the book, and another crow over there. Here's another Edith Holden page that I've just laid with a little bit of a collage there. Beautiful image, beautiful images. All the Edith Holden is stunning, isn't it? So that I've just put over the page there. Lovely image again. All of these are from Artymaze's spring kit. This is her eco kit, which is lovely. The pages that I use are about 160 grams for the paper. Some of them might be 120. I tend to go for the thicker papers, so that if you're wanting to do something that might require thicker paper, that it's not going to bleed through necessarily and ruin writing or anything that you have on the other side. So the paper is pretty thick. Here's another one of those envelopes. This one doesn't have anything in because there's so much in here. Luckily it's with paper clips, so what needs to be removed can be removed and all moved around. Here's the other side of that paper. Here's just another side of the scrapbook paper, and the other side of the little book, vintage wildflower book. Another one of pages, and the other side of the collage. This over here is from Tracy Fox's Vintage Ephemera. I've shrunken it down and just put in, and I've backed it with the Artymaze collage, and just put 2 pieces of Vintage Ephemera which I've printed off and stuck in this little folder. And there we have the little paper clip to keep it in place, and I've just stuck some pictures onto the tea-dyed paper over there. Pocket again, another one of my tags that I've laid up, and one of the ones from the kit, so we just put that into there. And I hope you can see that, but there you go. I've had a little frame, I've put some acetate behind it, and behind that I've put a little picture of one of the butterflies that I had, and I thought that looked really cool over there. So that's the end of the third signature. We're on the home straight now. This is one of the Artymaze's, not Artymaze, this is actually Amity Bloom, sorry. This is Amity Bloom ephemera page piece I had onto this beautiful paper. And this comes, I think this is from the irises kit that Artymaze does. I love those daisies that have to go in here. I've just backed it onto some old vintage book page and stitched around that. So there we have another eco-dyed sheet. Really beautiful clear images, and then the scrapbook page with some lovely gold shades. Here's another pocket, like the one earlier. We've got these cards. This is from the kit. This is from a different kit. I can't remember now which one that is. Might have been Nature's Walk actually. Then on this side I've just put in 2 pieces of ephemera. This one's from the kit, this I had, and that just tucks in the tuck spot that I've created over there. So another one of the postcards, not from the kit, but someone I had. I've put Mod Podge on there, and this is a spring tag from the kit, so I've just tucked those over there. Wildflower old vintage page, beautiful Artymaze page from the kit, the back of it. Me and my envelopes. Here's another altered envelope, and what I've done is I've stamped on there, I've sprayed using some dyes and put some butterflies and layered them onto some threads. This is the back of it, where I've just layered up some stuff there and put some colouring on there and bits of paper. You can open that. Just some stenciling on some tea-dyed paper and some collaging on the side with some stamping, etc. So a bit of mixed media going on. Here's another one of my envelopes that I've made. Embossed it again. A little bird told me I like that. And then of course we've got the metal guy going past, as you do. So here's a collage with some fabric and some lace, and that goes onto this page over here. Right, and that is one of Antique Papery's cards. Right, so the middle of the last signature now. Here we have the other card that went with the previous one, there on moths. The one side of that beautiful Edith Holden, and before I close it, you can see hawthorn bush over there, and we'll get to that one. It's not a full central spread, so, but I do love the paper and the quality and the images. Here's a little butterfly book extract again. Beautiful butterflies. That one's called a dinghy skipper butterfly. I've never heard that before. That's a small skipper butterfly. Bits of useless information, people. Right, so we have this over here. Beautiful birds with their nests. And what I did here was tucked in another vintage image of a bird for over here. Right, so that goes in there. And then yet again I've made another envelope which I've layered up, and that's a little bit of collage. This one says remembrance of things to come, so I quite like that. Stitched around it, and you can put whatever you want in there. So that goes over there. Right, so here we have some more collaging, a little stamp of a fairy, stenciling, the other side of the altered envelope, which you can put whatever you want over there. So I've just sprayed down a whole lot of different things there. And that last beautiful iris page, love that. Wildflowers vintage page again. Just the last one of those mixed media paste that I've stenciled on there, allowed to dry and inked up with a little butterfly stamp. And the last pocket from the kit, which I have layered up and added one of my tags that I've made. So that goes in there with some stenciling. That's the back of that botanical scrapbooking paper I had. and this is another eco dyed page from the kit, or the back side of that. So here we go, is the last postcard that comes with the kit that I've stitched and added paper at the back to give it some strength as well and writing on. And this comes from a card that comes from the Hackney & Co. Wildflower paper pad book, which I am loving as well. Great premium quality scrapbooking pad, really lovely quality paper. Now at the back here we have the inside cover, the back inside cover, and I've just laid it some fabric with an envelope that I've made, and a flower and some trim, leaf trim, and there's just one of my tags that I've made again as well. So that just goes into there, and we close it all up. Don't all of these look like little butterflies sticking out there? I must just sort them out properly. Okay, so that is the spring journal. So this goes around it, which I will do in a minute because I see there's a spot that I need to sort out. But that goes around that. Now what I've done is I actually have made 2 of these. So in actual fact I have 2. They are pretty much 99% the same, except for 1 or 2 little things like different butterflies there, but all the ephemera and everything that I've done are in both books are absolutely identical. So I have had one person who's wanting to buy one, so I will keep one aside for her, but I am going to put the other one in my Etsy store. So by the time you see this, it will be going up on my Etsy store for sale. I do want to say to everybody, thank you so much for all your support, all your wonderful words, and all your lovely comments and words of wisdom. I do appreciate them all. And I love it if people leave comments for me, good or bad. You know, we live, we learn, and that's what it's about. So if you do like the video, please do give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I will most definitely get back to you. I read all the comments myself and answer them all. I do appreciate it, as I said, and hopefully we see you again soon. Don't forget, I do have a tutorial that you can go and have a look and see how to do altered envelopes if you enjoyed what you saw today. And thank you everybody, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.